All right. Greetings, peace and blessings. Haki Ami here, the Success Scholar. Make sure this is turned up here. Make sure I got this as loud as it possibly can be. All right. Hope you all are well. Hope you all can hear me good. Wanted to have this conversation, and as many of you know, for instance, Haki Ami, president of Teaching Artists Institute, as well as I will be coming up here in September, towards the end of the month. I will be receiving the Dr. Arikana Excellence Award at Howard University, September 29th. But I wanted to really speak in terms of the consciousness of the so-called Pan-African community, the cultural community, as well as the African diaspora community. I mean, this is a unique time in history, and so I just had a conversation with someone like yesterday. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. I have the AC here on, but as I was really examining this, because I sort of have an insider track in terms of what's going on, and just how big of a uh, how big this opportunity was for this to happen actually at Howard University. I thought we have to really understand who both of these individuals are, PLO Lumumba and Dr. Arikana. But I'm wondering who, for instance, are going to be the individuals who push, the movement forward. So with that being said, this is like a call out of sorts. Just there should be, for instance, a outpouring of ideological, economic, at least just a curiosity surrounding this event coming up here on September the 29th. Why is this relevant, and why should we, or the African diaspora living both in Africa but also living here, actually care or take some initiatives to be present, to promote, to share, subscribe? Well, first, you might want to share this to all of your Pan-Africanists or cultural people or political people who do work around the United Nations, those that do work around the African Union, as well as just regular diasporans who should want to support particular pieces of work. For the past several years, Dr. Arikana has uh, truly led. I'm on a call, man. I got you, Pam. It's Pam Perry. Thank you, Dr. Pam Perry. I see it. I saw the text too. Yes, thank you. It popped up. But I'll just show up for the room. But yeah, so this is going to be a big thing at Howard, and we're pushing it. We're doing our best we can, but this sort of several things have happened. I'm very connected, for instance, in the DMV area, and I sincerely and honestly thought, for instance, that certainly more Black people that are here, the different cultural communities would be interested. I've sent texts to many people, for instance, sent emails, and it's like I shouldn't be the only one conscious enough pushing these things. Now, what do I mean by that? We see what's going on in Niger. We see what's going on in Gabon. We saw what's going on, previously in Burkina Faso. Well, I'm not going to say that, uh, you know, Dr. Arikana had a direct, but I believe sincerely that there was definitely a, shall I say, a movement picking up to question the colonial history that France has held in Africa, right? And she has been the voice, and I've been able to cross confirm that many people, if they don't know her name or they've seen, for instance, some of her videos, and I wish I would have did this on my laptop, but I can't find my charger base cord to charge up my laptop, so I got to get a new cord somewhere. But I see, for instance, that this is tentatively one of the biggest, shall I say, and most time-sensitive operations for, the African diaspora to come together, for the sixth region to come together at Howard University. It's a historic event. PLO Lumumba, as well as Dr. Arikana, will be present. And so I'm simply saying, for those of us that are, aware and organizing and thinking and know history, know what's going on geopolitically, we need to be present. We need to support. We need to, hear what's going on. I'm sure that they perhaps both of these brother and sister, and the other speakers that will be present, other awardees that will be present. I'm sure that they're getting messages surrounding, what's going on in these African countries. But I do believe, for instance, that what affects the Africans that are here certainly affects the Africans who are in Africa, whether we choose to want to not identify with that. The reality is that our fates of sorts are intertwined, and this is a particular, very, very particular time in history to, sort of build this momentum to redefine the New World Order, to practice self-determination outside of colonial rule, to renegotiate these, shall I say, these colonial oppressive financial systems that continually keep these African countries in debt. And this keeps Black people throughout the world in debt. And so whether we understand it from a local level to a global level, many of the people who have left these places still send money and funds back. So what I'm saying is go to ADDImarketplace.com to learn more information. I feel that this shouldn't have to be something that I do by myself. I've spread the word to certain key, what I believe are the influencers who should be in the know. They're definitely in the know. And, you should be interested enough. So, I can't say much more, but it's like, look at who we have coming here on September the 29th. You should want to be either present or support somehow. So I don't have much more, but just definitely give me a text or phone call if you want tickets, you want to be at my table. 410-209-9687. Again, 410-209-9687. Let me know if you desire to be at my particular table. I may have a few spaces left. We'll try to see what happens, but tickets are still moving, but they need to move a little faster. And so I don't know what, people going to bum rush us at the last minute and say, hey, yeah, I want a ticket. But we need leaders to step up right now at the beginning to make this happen. This is a very critical time for history and a critical time for some key leaders who have laid the intellectual foundation. For those who may not know, Dr. Arikana is the former African Union ambassador to the United States. And so She had a large, very large platform to share her views and opinions throughout the African world. And so many people listened to her for the past 2 or 3 years. So she is like the Harriet Tubman of Africa, shall I say. So I'm just saying that PLO Lumumba is like the Dr. King, Malcolm X of the black, uh, of the black Americans, if you want to describe it. So I'm simply saying this is pretty big. I would hope that some of the continental Africans, certainly for sure, but DC has enough Pan-Africanist community members that wear African clothes all the time and beat on drums and they dance and et cetera, et cetera. Each organization certainly should send a particular representative. So hoping you all will show out, go to ADDImarketplace.com. We would appreciate your support. And yes, please, someone may wish to sponsor. And let me just say this, sponsorships are very reasonable. I don't know what else to say. Like, I know, like, what I do, for instance, in my personal life, I mean, part of my, one of my operations, you know, some organizations were asking for $10, $15, $20,000, and ADDI is not asking for that much. So I'm just curious as to where are the, we come in here, many doctors and lawyers, and from the diaspora, and like no one sees the connection. No one sees the connection between organizing on such a massive level and financing the revolution and sacrificing for the revolution. So I'm simply saying, when and where are the African diaspora going to show up? I mean, I'll give some black people here, like some little excuse, because many simply, can't see beyond their immediate personal aspirations and immediate gains. So, many people can't conceptualize the intricacies and how to organize financially to invest and reinvest in various types of African affairs. So I'm simply saying, many of you have an extra 500, an extra $1,000 to donate, of course, or to sponsor, or to buy a ticket for someone, even if you're not able to be present. You could, drop a ticket and send a young person who may be, studying African studies at Howard University or something like that. So, but it will be a worthy experience. The networking within itself is priceless. So I've seen people who spend money on rap concerts and called investment opportunities or investment festivals. And I see people spending hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars to listen to Ja Rule and listen to Steve Harvey tell jokes. So, so I'm just simply saying, when it comes to something serious, many people are out of sight, out of mind. But it's whatever, y'all. So I'm just planting the seed. All who can listen, all who see who's coming, and all who are connected to me and that are wise enough to stay connected to me, I say be present. So that's all I have. Peace and blessings. Hakia me out. Thanks, Dr. Pam Perry. Thank you all. Check my DM. Peace and blessings.